Hi guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back with a new video. This is the finale, the last, well, not the reunion, but the last main episode of the Challenge 38 Ride or Dies. So let's get right into it. So overall, what was y'all thinking about this episode? Like, for real.
Like I told Savon, it was anticlimactic. Like, I like the ending, somewhat the beginning, but like that middle part, once they hit that standstill, I was like, I don't know. But overall, I was like, my team, as long as they was winning, that was all that mattered.
I thought it was a good final. I mean, so overall, I did not think it was a good final. Sorry.
It was basically elimination.
Yeah, with every like we want to go all 3 episodes. I did not think it was a good final, but I thought the last episode was a good something. I don't know. Last episode was cool. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Everything else is actually irrelevant to anything because
I feel like nothing mattered.
Yeah, no, I literally wrote that in my notes. I was like, none of the other phases mattered at all.
Yeah, like I remember when finals, like, because it's funny. I was watching Paramount. For some reason they finally put the Inferno 3 on Paramount, and I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and just watch it all the way through. The finals they do now compared to what they was doing then, I was like, the finals then made more sense because it's like you're doing one entire task or doing multiple tasks, but you have one common goal: get to the end.
Yeah, you got I feel like
he's thrown in and all this other stuff, and I'm like, none of that matters at the very end.
Yeah, that's the thing with this final. It doesn't feel like a final. It feels like one big elimination, and it's just like every section was just an elimination essentially without being eliminated, and then cultivated into a big elimination essentially. Like the final never been like, it's always like, you know, a couple of teams, but the final never been like, for the most part, head to head. Like, this is going to take you out. It's always about the time. It's all about who completed the checkpoints, who got there first type of thing. Like, this was literally, okay, y'all about to go through y'all last elimination, literally.
I miss the old finals where like it was a race. Like there were checkpoints, but like you didn't have to stop at every checkpoint and get points or have your time be like averaged out. Like, no, like it was just a straight race.
Yeah, I just think if this whole thing needed to have some type of time and factor for it to feel like a final. It was a reset every task, basically.
Yeah.
It's like start, winner, reset. The winner don't matter. Start, winner, reset. The winner don't matter. Like,
yeah. I will say, I feel like they set Aneesa up. Like, I don't know.
They did. They did that shit on purpose.
Yeah, I just felt like
they did that shit on purpose.
Johnny and Johnny thing. Yeah, once they was like, this is balls in, I was like, Aneesa and Jordan winning, of course. And then they started to do like this, Aneesa just like badly injured. Like, girl, you was running 50,000 miles just a couple of days ago. Now you barely can stand on your ankle. Like,
she probably made a cut in that sand, and that ankle did not give the way that it was supposed to give. It was supposed to go right. She went left, ankle went right, and it was like, oh yeah, that's a wrap. In some sand, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
So, and I just feel like yes, I'm glad that Tori and Devin are our 38 champions. Is well deserved. I almost literally shared a thug tear because I was like, these are my people. Their journey, like this, I think in the last couple of seasons, this is what a champion is. This is the feeling that you're supposed to get when you watch a champion. Like last season, we knew CT was going to win, like just all bat. Like that's not a champion to me. That's just like, okay, that's just statistics at this point.
Like, of course,
yeah.
I feel
like their journey. This is what the challenge is about. This is like the journey that Tori and Devin had. We know that Tori went on the dark years. We don't talk about those 2 seasons where Tori was just a bully. But like she said, she healed.
Was a bully.
She got her mental health right. And this was the best Tori been. Last season, she got robbed. This season, her and Devin just came back and was just like, this is ours. And like I said, well deserved. Also, don't like the choice they made. I'm never giving nobody 38,000.
No.
This is my coin.
I mean, I understand, but I just don't want, if the next person don't do it, it's looked at as a certain way. You're like, You're like, I want to start. I understand. I think it was very nice. I
It was
agree.
nice.
But I think the
But it was only nice because they're all friends. Like this is
yeah,
probably
no, I think it's nice, but I think the challenge needs to give second and third place a prize. I think they deserve a prize like they used to back
yeah,
in the
they
day,
used to do
and
that.
not
They
take
don't
it
do it
from
no
my
more.
1 million. I expect a check with 1 million, and then I need you to split some extra money with them, not my money, some extra money.
Yeah,
But I think
y'all
So
need
I
to
don't.
add that to their per diem once they hit the
yeah.
final.
Yeah,
They
But
automatically
that
get like
shit
a
come from them being
2,500 or
friends though.
something.
Like them all being friends at the very end. Like they're all friends somehow. Like
yeah,
this is
which I
this is the first time I've ever actually seen a final where everybody got along in some sense. Like you
yeah.
have Tori and Jordan with their whole failed engagement and stuff, and that's understandable. But they were able to at least reconcile to an extent. But they're all friends at some point, so
Yeah,
it's a respect factor. So I don't know. I'm not surprised they split the money, but
I'm not. Yeah,
again, like you said, Gigi, hey man, you can create. It's a multi-billion-dollar company.
that's
Y'all
what I'm
can't
saying.
spend some
Yeah,
extra money for them.
I think
Why I
the
yeah,
gotta
because
come
challenge.
out my
The
prize?
at
challenge is
first I
definitely
thought
give
it,
them money for sure, but
yeah,
I think Devin saying like, hopefully it starts a long-standing tradition of this happening of like people, the final person giving the money, and I think that's not fair to the people next year that win.
yeah.
And it's like I don't want to do that, and then everybody looks at you like you the
You know
wrong
what?
person.
But you know what?
It's my
To
money.
your point, I think they're looking for somebody to pull an Ashley or Johnny. I think that's why they keep doing it. I think they're waiting.
They're
Somebody's,
waiting. I told you that
somebody's going to do it. It's going to happen. Somebody's going to do it. But like I feel like if Fessy, even though that's not happening, if
That would have
Fessy
never
would go
been
to
up
the
on the
end,
table. Bessie would not
Bessie
have
would have been
offered.
like,
Bessie would be like, I want to offer
Fessy's taking the money.
I want to offer my congratulations for making second and third place,
yeah.
and we'll be leaving. That's what he
I
gonna
think
say.
that's why TJ. I think that's why TJ made it a point to emphasize last season it was a choice. This year, y'all doing it out of your own regard and kind hearts.
Yeah, he want to say, I want to make it clear that MTV will not be giving them the check. You have to do this on your own. Let's do a quick recap of everything.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So when we left off on the last episode, they was running towards the helicopter. I thought they was gonna be getting on the helicopter, going somewhere else, but they were in the field next door, and so they have to get on they have to. The task is to get each team gets on the helicopter. They are given chalk balls and they have to hit the targets on the ground.
Depending on
Because
how they got there, they also got different amounts of chalk bombs.
yeah,
So Nisa and Jordan came in third, so they got 15. Second, Tori and Devin, they got 20. And then Bananas and Nani got 25, as well as choosing the order in which the teams compete.
yeah, exactly. And of course they picked Devin and Tori to go first because they see them as their biggest competition over
And they still won.
yeah, Devin and Tori got 10 they hit 10 targets and which was the most out of everybody, and they won that, which is literally half of the balls that they were given. So the odds was good.
Yeah.
And so because I think their advantage was a little bit more significant because once they won that part, they got to choose the order. I don't understand what they say. They say you get to choose the order in which you leave here, and I was like, obviously I'm going first. I don't understand the question, TJ.
Yeah.
I was like,
then,
what happens if I leave first?
Yeah. And the thing with that is, if it was like some, because I feel like the pass really didn't matter that they took, unless I wasn't paying attention. But it didn't really matter. Like if they got there first, it wasn't like the path is axed off. You got to take the longer way, or like this is the middle length, or
yeah. At first, that's what I thought too. I was like, well, Tori and Devin and Nani and Bananas ended up in the same place. And so it didn't really matter. But I guess it's because they ended up there first, Tori and Devin, they got to they got to leave first from there to go to the big maze. I mean, to go through the big part. So yeah. So, but if let's say what's her name, Nani and Bananas had won the helicopter part, so they just would have got a head start getting to the thing, and then they would have a reset again from that little run. No, it was lead. I'd still go first. Like that was a little weird.
Yeah.
Running because Anissa and Jordan went like a totally opposite direction. They seemed like they were the most. They was the furthest away from the big arena.
Yeah.
And so they definitely, yeah, I knew they was gonna get there last. When they're in the maze, you know, Nani is yelling at John. Nani continuously yelling at Johnny. And he's like, well, like telling him to stop, hold up. And he's like, no. And I think
it was at one point they were literally going in the opposite direction. And I was like, how is that even possible? Like they were running away from each other, like they passed each other and then was going the opposite way. So I was like, how? Like it was just a hot mess. Nani and Johnny, they do not work well together under pressure.
They're terrible as teammates. We've seen this shit twice now. They're not great as teammates.
I agree.
Twice.
I think, I agree. I think they're really good friends. I think they're great friends. And he cares for her, she cares for him. But as far as like working together to accomplish a goal in the moment, it's tough for them.
It's very rare.
I mean, I would have, if I was Nani, not even Nani, if I was Johnny, I would have been like, I already done this once. Nani performances have always been second place at best. Like, I'm not setting myself up for this. I'm about to call Sarah and be like, Sarah, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Run another final.
Johnny and female partners just, for some reason, just don't mix. Like, he struggles. Like, outside of, like, if he does have a female partner, like, there have to be someone that can literally do everything on their
You need like a Laura.
Don't need help. Because you can't ask Johnny to do a damn puzzle. You can't ask Johnny to think critically.
I think Johnny did good most of this final. As far as like keeping his like cool and trying to help. I think he did good for most of
that's just because that's his friend. He's not gonna yell at his friend.
Yeah.
And plus Johnny done it long enough to know this is not how I win a final. So after they start running through the corn maze, they essentially get to 2 tents. Well, Bananas and Tori and Devin and Nani, they get to a tent. They like, what's going on? And then on the opposite end of the field, there is Aneesa and Jordan. They're sitting there for a few minutes trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah. Then TJ finally says, come find me. So they have to run through this maze. They finally get.
I thought that was impressive. Yeah. The lights coming on and everything.
Now the aesthetic, the ambiance was everything.
I thought that was cool.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah,
I thought that was really cool.
So once they get through the corn maze, TJ essentially tells them now it's a purge. And Tori and Devin, since y'all got there first, y'all safe. And I was like, y'all better.
No, that was the only advantage that was worth it. The rest of the advantages were nothing. Yeah.
So from there is basically balls in, and this is where we said Nani, and it was really always going to be down to Nani and Aneesa. But Nani, for the first like couple of rounds, she was not putting the ball in. She kept like, I don't know what she was doing.
I don't get what I understand the rules, so that's why what she was doing didn't make any sense. But I thought the rules didn't make any sense because, like, why not just play regular balls in? Why did they make the rule that once you get in the circle, it's what
pretty much it just
I was like, what's the purpose of that? Why
they just wanted to change the rules, I think, for the sake of change.
So they wanted Nani and Bananas to win.
Well, yeah,
that was the only way Nani was going to beat Aneesa.
Because Aneesa's twice her size, bro.
Exactly. When it came down to the last round, it was 2-2. Nani got hers in, so Aneesa was on defense. And then basically Nani went for Aneesa ankles. Aneesa buckled. She was like, I can't do this. She was on my knee, not my knee, my ankle.
I felt bad for her.
Yeah. So she basically got DQ'd. And Nani and Bananas ended up winning.
Duh.
And Jordan and Aneesa are eliminated, and so now it is just Tori and Devin and Johnny and Nani, and they get the rest for basically the whole day because by the time they came back, the TV said it was only 3 hours left in the final. And I was like, what is happening? Because it was like 68 hours and then it was like 2 hours. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So they was just chilling on they did some sightseeing probably because they came back and it was the next night.
Yeah.
They showed like a couple scenes during the day. It was the next night. And we get to see the very, very final of the final.
Cool. It was called Level Up, which is basically a massive elimination with 4 different rooms with different tasks they had to complete. Essentially the same, like we said, Horacio and Kenny elimination, but elevated essentially.
Mhm.
So in the first one, they had to do the Fessy and Nelson elimination where they had to pull off the pillars and whatnot. Nani and Johnny had a rhythm and flow. They were able to get ahead of Tori and Devin.
Wait, I
Not
did
by
want
a
to say
big
that they
margin.
you forgot they did bring back the past final competitors.
Horacio
They brought
and
back Horacio,
Olivia.
Olivia, and
Who
Jordan.
got her face broken in 5 places.
I
I
love
don't know
Olivia.
how. Yeah, so essentially the first room was the Nelson and Fessy one. Bananas and Nani had a good flow going, so they eventually get all 9 of their spears out. They are in the lead, but not a big margin. The second one,
7-9,
yeah, and Devin and Tori came 2-2, and then got the last one with nothing. So then we get to the brick wall. So they have to burst through the drywall first, and then pull out 200 bricks or cinder blocks, and then restack them perfectly to form an image because it's a puzzle too. And then this is basically 2 seconds in. Bananas and Nani start yelling at each other. Basically, they just like, let's do strategy. This is what this needs to be. There's an image here. There's an image here. There's a blank wall. Nani apparently wasn't listening. Johnny was getting mad. He was like, this is a blank wall. So I need you to do whatever you're going to do, or whatever. On the under end of the spectrum, we have Tori and Devin just being methodical. Devin, like, all the top here, all the ones with images here, anything blank here, and we're going to build like this. And when I say, like Tori said, they know their roles. She's the bronze, he's the brain, and that's what makes them the perfect team. Even Anissa said it when they won, or while they was doing this elimination, that they are the perfect teammates because
they work well together.
they just complement each other.
Yeah, they do. I agree.
They know their role.
And they once that brick challenge happened, like literally it was like
it was around.
Everybody knew at that point though.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe, I mean, not maybe they could have won, but maybe if they hadn't like completely given up, maybe we could find if we took down a couple, you might actually see it. They didn't even try to take down none of them. I'm like, take off a few. Like, come on.
To that point, after a while they was building and constructing their puzzle, Anissa was the first one to see that Bananas and Nani image wasn't right. And then that's when Tori and Devin noticed it. And that's when they was like, okay, let's kick it into gear. Still being methodical, and we're not going to rush it, but we still got a chance to come back from this disadvantage. But they really did have a disadvantage. But so yeah, and that's what got them to win. Like we mentioned, the reason that Bananas and Nani didn't get it is because one of their pieces apparently got buried. Once they found that piece, they realized on the other side they did the same thing and lost another piece. And after that, Johnny was like, his back is hurt, and Nani was gassed out. And they were just like, well, that's it, folks.
Yeah, I forgot that he said his back was hurting. That's why he couldn't take it down. Because they would have to move all the bricks. It was probably in the middle somewhere.
Nani all damn season. His back is hurting.
But like we said, once they got to that brick wall, it was literally a wrap. I don't even know what the second and third challenge was.
I was about to say, I don't really even, I think it was something about some chains. They had to go through the chains, and then they pulled to the left. No, it was some sand. They had to go.
I don't even know what they had to do with the sand. They were just like, we have to push that out.
Yeah, they had to push that sand out.
The editing team didn't even care. They was just like, everybody saying their final goodbyes. Everybody giving a speech like, okay, they're about to win. It was already popping champagne.
Yeah.
Next thing you know,
they pulled that. Yeah. So Nani and Johnny kind of quit because they said they couldn't do it anymore. Tori and Devin kept going. They went through the sand room. They went through the chain room. They burst through a wall, and then they pulled a lever, and then they was winners. Unfortunately, they deserve it. They deserve it. But because Nani and Bananas quit, it made it so like not as
it just made it anticlimactic.
It wasn't triumphant because it wasn't a race to the win. It was like it was just like, yeah, they're gonna win, but it's like
I feel like they took their win, like they took the win from them. Like it wasn't a win-win. It was like they just accomplished something.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like the actual win. Like I wanted to see
It's
Johnny
literally
and Johnny
just
get
like them
butthurt.
it's like running a marathon and then you find out that everybody done passed out
Yeah.
and you still
So
in
you
first
like,
and
you
you
know,
didn't
you're
even
gonna win.
realize it. Like,
Yeah,
you just running your race, doing your own thing. You realize you was like, damn, ain't nobody else finished?
yeah,
What happened?
Like
exactly.
Sarah in USA.
But I really think Tori and Devin deserved it, but I really wish it was like more like race to the finish, but it wasn't a race to the finish.
Yeah, like
See, at
final,
that point,
like
change
that's
the
another
damn
thing
concept
about the
of the
finals.
final.
Go ahead.
If you want to race to the end, change the damn concept of the final. So doing these multi-day finals, if the first day don't mean shit, stop doing multi-day finals.
Yeah, they don't need
Yeah.
multi-day. I like a good
Multi-day finals are
like,
essentially useless because
Yeah,
the first day never means anything
Yeah.
except, oh, well, you get to leave first on the second day.
yeah.
yeah. They either need
Well,
to
they got here first.
they either need to stick to like point systems where every checkpoint, if you complete it, you get like 5 points, whatever the case may be, and then do something with that at the end. Or they need to make it timed. Whoever finishes first goes to your overall time, and whoever has the fastest time overall is the champion. Because that would kill a lot of people straight ahead.
Yeah,
So
I feel like just make it me. I'm a fan of just a straight out race. It's
Yeah.
just we start
Yeah,
at
I would
point
like one
A.
episode final, really. They
Tori
win.
and Devin, Dave and Dave are our challenge winners. We knew this from the job. At least
Yeah, I put my money on it. I was so happy. I'm happy they won.
I think, like I said, the growth that they had, I feel like outside of the anticlimactic of their win, overall, I felt like I said, this is what it means to be a challenge champion. When you see their growth, when you know that they earned it, and when you know
Devin from back in the day, I don't think anybody would thought Devin would win.
yeah, like
a challenge.
people was sleeping on Devin. This
I
is the
agree,
best
yeah.
Devin.
Yeah,
These last 2 seasons have been Devin at his peak. I wouldn't even say peak, but like Devin
like
and
an
his unlocked
incline.
potential. Yeah.
Overall, I thought this was no, sorry, I was about to misspeak. I thought this was a good last episode, and it was an okay final out of all the finals. You know what I mean? But at least they completed the finals, unlike USA, which was just crazy.
Yeah.
But
and at least the people that deserved to win actually won this season, unlike last season.
Yeah, I was very happy with Tori and Devin winning. So I thought it was a good season. I thought it was a good season. So I'm happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we can't do no more October start to February, March endings.
It's crazy. It's the middle of February. They take a long time. I understand wanting to only do all stars and not the main season, because the main season be on too long. Literally,
well, apparently Jordan don't care. Again,
it was before Halloween, before this came on. Like what? We don't went through 4-5 holidays already. But let's close it out. But thanks, guys, for following us through the season. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Tell us what you thought of the final, what you thought of the season, and what you thought of the winners. And we'll see you on our next video. Peace.